Welcome to a War Selection ranked match. Now, it's been a while since I done one of these and posted on the channel, so I decided to treat you guys with this fine beauty. I'm fighting against Armageddon. Now, I have fought against Armageddon before, and I've almost always beaten him, not gonna lie. Because, I don't know, he's a pretty good player, but I would say he's like he's an experienced player. Yeah, he was not a pro, but he's definitely experienced because he does a lot of interesting stuff, I will say. And you're about to see what he does. So we're going to speed up time a little bit. See, he goes in, builds his temple. I'm already getting some fight pits up. I had originally just planned to get some... I originally planned to get some Stone Warriors, but I was like, you know what? Let's get some Slingers. Let's play a little bit more defensive because it seemed like he was doing the same thing because he himself was getting a bunch of Stone Warriors to see. So I thought he was going to rush me with Stone Warriors, but it looks like he's just using them to clear out the wild animals instead. Which is pretty smart. It's not uncommon to see people use the fight pit to clear out wild animals. I had also, but in my sense of preparedness, I decided to go ahead and make a bunch of Slingers here and archers. And then I started moving my forces. This is my first wave, moving them up to his base because I wanted to see what he was doing because I thought he was massing his Stone Warriors, but it turns out he was massing spearmen instead. So it looked like he was going to spear rush me. This is a very common strategy. And you see, he has a lot of spearmen himself. And one thing he does too, he moves them all the way around. He doesn't go straight for the attack. He always like maneuvers them in such a way that makes them do. This completely surround my units. I see right here, he goes in, completely surrounds and eliminates all my entire force. But not before I do significant damage to him. I actually do quite a bit. I kill quite a few spearmen and damage the rest. So immediately I realized what he was going to do. I pulled back some remaining forces I had, and they were on the way. And I immediately started to work building tons of barracks to get a bunch of archery ranges up. I also went ahead and got the rawhide bowstring to increase the damage that they do, because I am definitely going to need it. And right here, as you can see, he goes in for the attack. At the same exact time, I'm going for the attack, so which is not good, because I had to chase these guys down with archers. So he goes in, he manages to like kill quite a few. He manages to like kill a couple of them, but he just like kind of ignores and goes straight for. I think he's trying to go for the workers because he's eventually trying to go for the town center, but he realizes he can't destroy it, so he just goes in and tries to destroy everything else that he can. As he's going for my warehouse, he's not going for anything of value. See, he lost his entire army, and he didn't kill a single order. All I managed to do was destroy a dock and a warehouse. Now, it did slow me down in terms of resources because I have to rebuild one, and I had just gotten medieval, so now I have to upgrade my workers to build a new warehouse. But I still have a warehouse here that I can use. So once again, right here, I get a bunch of archers, mass them up, and he pushes a tower here, and he also has the influence upgrade, which is actually pretty smart. But it slows him down. As you see, he's not in medieval yet. Let's see how it is. He's at 50% medieval. Meanwhile, I'm already preparing my main force. So right here, I immediately get archer. I immediately upgrade archery ranges because it's cheaper to build archers in medieval, Eastern Europe at least, than it is to build them in Iron Age. I see he tries to go in again, realizes my forces are right there waiting for him. Again, my scout died, unfortunately. And again, right here is just a waiting game. I had built a bunch of squads because my plan was to take a bunch of archers and then a bunch of squads and then just go straight for this tower and destroy it. Unfortunately, I have slight material issues and I don't want to upgrade all of my houses immediately. So yeah, there's that. But again, he goes in again to try and attack my workers, and he's a little more successful. But again, he tries to go after the temple, which with spearmen, which isn't very smart. And right here, he starts attacking everything else. He starts reducing my population. He starts going after my barracks. He starts going after literally everything. Meanwhile, I'm hammering him with archery. He's destroying very little with these spears. Like, these spearmen are incredibly expensive because he goes Western Europe and they cost quite a bit of resources. And I'm defeating them with just archers. And we're gonna show you like how expensive these spearmen are actually. As you can see, it costs 100 food, 50 materials, and 25 metal. And all he managed to do was destroy a house. That was it, and slow my production down. That's all he managed to do. He just slowed my production down and destroyed a house. And I killed him with just archers, which only cost 60 food. And the few remaining squad I had left, which were more like meat shields, because they weren't upgraded. And surprisingly, they died pretty damn fast in that fight, too. But I didn't let it hold against me, and I got the arrow tip upgrades too to really beef up these archers. Now these are like full-fledged, like hardcore archers. They do 12 damage now, which is insane. Especially since he's using just pikes. He's only using pikes against me. But he does swap it around a little bit. As you see, he gets some stables. So right here, I realized that if I just sit here and just allow him to like constantly attack, eventually one of us is just going to be completely overwhelmed. So I decided to do something a little bit sneaky. I take my archers, take whatever militiamen I had, and some squad, and I go straight in. I use my militiamen as fodder, and I kind of accidentally pushed them too far in, and a lot of them got killed. But that was okay because it freed up my main plan, and that was this. It made me launch my main plan right here. I started hammering this guy with horse archers, and so horse archers are basically just regular archers on horseback. I still get the same upgrades for them. So they're doing 12 damage each. And again, over here, I use more horse archers to start harassing his workers. Again, slowing him down. Again, this isn't really meant to stop him. Just slow him down a little bit. Because he's still building up. He still has a lot of his workforce left. And he still has a reasonably sized army. And I'm just using archers. I'm only using horse archers and regular archers. I see I have 46 archers. Damn. And he's starting massing up his chariots and pikemen. So he's definitely massing up. He's definitely planning on he's definitely planning to a full force attack. So again, he sees my horse archers and like charge straight at him, and he thinks, oh, my force is away. This is a perfect opportunity to attack, not realizing that I still have a massive force here. And I see chariots are not good units. They are really not. Maybe against other melee units, sure, they'd be good, but against mass archers like this. And again, you see right here. Again, he's going in. At the same time, my archers are like right behind him, just slaughtering his workers. Yep, right there. Completely slaughtered. I stopped his main force with only archers. I only lost what? 6, 7, 8, around 8 archers. Meanwhile, I slaughtered most of his work. I slaughtered a good portion of his workers, as you see, and I managed to bring him. I forced him back to his base, and I lost very little in terms of resources too. Kind of disappointed these aren't like Eastern horse archers. If they were Eastern horse archers, oh, Eastern Asia horse archers, that'd be amazing. But they're not. Kind of disappointed, but what can you do? You take what you can get, okay? But I realized that horse archers are probably not the best way to go, so I started getting some Cossacks. I also got a battering ram. I don't know why I got the battering ram. I think it was just to deal with this tower. Yeah, it was to deal with this tower. But yeah, I get some Cossacks. They just zoom right past these guys, and I launch my own counterattack too to try and limit the amount of units he has. I let these archers die. My purpose here was to just cause him to like rebuild his entire force again, because I can easily replace these archers. Oh yeah, also battering ram. I think the purpose was to destroy the tower, but I kind of just let it die. But I wasn't phased by that. I had a bunch of Cossacks in his rear, right here, just slaughtering his workers. Easy. That was easy killing. Look at this one has 4 kills. Oh. 4 kills, 5 kills, and 3 kills. And see, slaughtering his workers. And you see, look at his economy. He has a lot of metal, but his food and materials is so low. Meanwhile, I'm doing great. I have over 10k materials, almost 5k food. A lot of my food is being like drained, mainly because of these costs. Mainly because East Asia has like huge costs when it comes to food. I'm sorry, Eastern Europe. Sorry, not East Asia. Eastern Europe has a large cost when it comes to food, so I'm draining a lot. But I went ahead again, launched more attacks. These are just small raids, by the way, and I'm doing quite a significant damage. Like I killed a lot of his archers too. But then he goes ahead and attacks himself. And he tries to surround my archers, but while my archers are being slaughtered, I can easily replace them, since Eastern European archers are just so easily replaced. And if I need to, I can just spam out militiamen. So I'm not scared at all. Now right here, I thought he was gonna like go around, but he just turns around. Like I'm not even attacking his base. Oh yeah, I said thanks for this fun game. Because it was a fun game. It wasn't challenging, but it was just fun. And he tries to build more towers. I just killed one archer, but I was like, oh, well, he's going to build this tower anyways. I don't really care if they build towers, because territory can be easily reclaimed. Territory in itself can be easily claimed. It was this that I was concerned about. Them pushing a forward base and me not doing anything. Couldn't be able to do, and I wouldn't be able to do anything about it, because you see, you get a workshop, and he would obviously get onagers, because who wouldn't? Had he gotten onagers in Longbowmen, that would have been that would have decimated me. Maybe the horse archers would have stopped it, but it didn't matter. Right here, as you see, I managed to get Russia and get tons of soldiers. And he tries to chase down my archers, but luckily chariots are really slow, so I just kind of like let him like wild goose chase, while like this force, my elite force, was over here just taking a large pocket of his forces and drawing him away. And it's right here again. I drawed another force away and was easily destroyed it, because these are just small pockets of units that I'm using. He's basically taking the bait. Yeah, if you can separate your forces, or I'm sorry, your opponent's forces into small pockets, and then eliminate each pocket individually, you can, you'll suffer far less losses, especially if you can completely overwhelm your opponent. Now, unfortunately, I was suffering from major food problems. I really was. I was suffering from major food problems because a lot of, like, as soon as I got Europe, a lot of my production went straight into making. I see right here. I was making a death scythe right here. I made death scythe, and that's right there. 400 food per. I was constantly pumping out soldiers, and while they only cost 90 food, it's still it's still expensive to constantly produce them because they can be produced so fast. They only take 23 seconds. They take 20 for reserve and 3 to produce. So I spent the remaining of the time just kind of trying to get my food eco back because I definitely wanted to upgrade the stables to Red Devils, and then with the Red Devils, I would launch like huge counterattack raids, and not just like killing workers, but to just straight up destroy my opponent. And see, he's not even in late medieval yet. Meanwhile, I'm already in IR. He just now clicked up late medieval because of just the production toll he was, like the amount of units he was producing. These are not cheap units. The chariots, this pike, the huge amount of pikemen needed, I see right here. 150 food and 150 materials. And I was killing them with just archers. And these longbowmen too, 125 food and 50 materials. Not cheap, and yeah, I'm just destroying them with units that only cost food. And this is also important why you should get the arrow tip and rawhide bowstring upgrades, because it really does make a difference, especially with Eastern Europe. Eastern Europe desperately needs the upgrades. Now, if you're fighting against maybe Asia, you probably wouldn't need them as much, but I would still recommend it. Because at that point, it turns them into essentially the same equal damage to Longbowmen. Longbowmen, however, do 17 damage. And these are unupgraded, probably. Oh, real quick. Yeah, these are unupgraded longbowmen. He does have the rawhide bowstring, but he doesn't have the sharpened tip. So I would dread to see what it's like for those guys. Yeah, right here, he tries to lure my forces in, but he doesn't know that, again, this is my territory, so and I have the Explorer upgrade, so I can easily see them. Again, he does manage to get one hit off. He doesn't actually kill anything, or he kills one soldier. But that's okay, it's easily replaceable. Right there, a single death sight shot killed all those archers. Death scythes are incredible. Look at 18 kills for that death scythe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 longbowmen got killed in a single shot from that death scythe. Now, right here, he goes in. He starts rebuilding his forces, but unfortunately he doesn't push because he kind of gives up. Yeah. I get really disappointed in the fact he gave up, because I really wanted to push up and completely destroy him, but unfortunately I didn't get the opportunity to actually finish him off, which was kind of disappointing because I was really hoping to just completely decimate him with this force. Once I got some howitzers up, of course, because if I was fighting Western Europe and I'm just using these. Yeah, there's no way. Even the death size couldn't do much, like, even like against these Guardian Towers, because Guardian Towers are like the strongest tower in the game in terms of like armor. Oh yeah, for the Western Europe at least. But yeah, that was a relatively interesting fight. Wasn't too exciting because I didn't manage to use any specialized strategy, but it does prove that getting upgraded Eastern European archers really does make a difference, especially when you can just produce them en masse. So if you can produce like range units en masse, fully upgraded, it definitely makes a difference. It definitely makes a difference. So yeah, I would highly recommend if you guys go Eastern Europe, make sure you get the upgrades for the Eastern European archers, especially in ranked. It is really important to get that in ranked because it really does make a difference. It won't make a difference against other archers, but I mean it's better than nothing. Like the longbowmen would probably just decimate these guys because like they do 17 damage and they're not even fully upgraded. Meanwhile, like this single archer has 60 health, so that's what, like 4 hits, and this archer needs to do what is around the same damage? About 5 hits. Yeah, 5 hits. Yeah, it'll take about 5 hits to kill a single longbowman, where the longbowman only need like 4. So yeah, it definitely does make a difference. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. Leave a like, comment, and I'll see you all next time.